Hello there and welcome. This is a MTGO Modern League with a donation deck list for All In Druid. Let's see how All In Druid fares here. This hand is certainly All In Druid, just not enough. It needs too many things. This is better. And I'll bottom... a Misty. Opponent mulls to 5. And once upon a time, try to hit a Druid here. And kind of go from there. There we are. And let's pass turn. So we hopefully have lethal here. This should be a good enough setup for a turn 3 kill. If my opponent doesn't do that. Yep. Dark Slick Shores. What could that be? This is like a blue-black control. Okay, I will need Ballista eventually, so I guess I just pick it up now. Couldn't even hit a land off of that. Alright, well, I was actually just playing that for the land right there, so then I could hit my 3rd land drop, and if I got lucky and picked up like a 4th land drop, I could try to Shalai next turn against a control deck. Drawing a redundant Vizier makes that one expendable. Either removal spell or counter magic for my opponent. Okay. Against fairies. That cannot be a good matchup. Okay. Got a little bit without hitting another land drop here. Fairies was not even on my radar for decks I was expecting here. Sure. Until your next turn, up to 1 target creature gets -2/-0 and loses flying. Make a 4/4 blue elemental. You get an emblem with islands you control of tap, draw a card. Why didn't they plus on their spell stutter sprite just to get closer to their... I don't know. But I know I drew a druid, so... Well, my opponent's tapped out. Let's just get that out there. And we have a chance to win next turn. That's completely fine. They definitely should have plussed on their own spell stutter sprite. Yeah, I just don't understand why they didn't. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, so they have Cryptic up. Nope, Cryptic's not up. Alright, I need mana. No trick opponent. Just casting bad Green Sun Zenith. If you want to Field of Ruin it, go ahead. Ah, oh, Drown the Lock. Alright. Man. So they have Cryptic mana up. Sure, click me. You gotta take the lunge, right? Or have a way to counter. I guess the Vizier also works. Okay, so I can bring back Druid, and then I have 2 open mana, which just isn't enough to really do anything. So I'm taking 8 next turn, I'll be at 1. So I can't even Postmortem Lunge to win, so I'm just kind of dead. Yep. Didn't even use the Horizon Canopy mana, I'm just dead here. So in this matchup, I think I just want the Veil of Summers absolutely all day long. Let's bring those in. Ranger Captain's good, I think Tracker's good, and it's probably everything I'm interested in here. What I'm less interested in, again, is just trim a couple Viziers here. Vines of Vastwood hasn't come up yet. I think Dryad Arbor is a bit weak here. I'll be on the play, so I would like the full lands if I can. I think Veil of Summer is superior to Vines in this case. Let's keep this. Okay. This card is 1 card away from a turn 3 kill. Okay, Temple Garden off of the Windswept Heath. And play a turn 2 Druid. Which is weak to Spell Snare and Fatal Push. But I've got to play something. So Nail Spellbomb can actually stop my Postmortem Lunge shenanigans, so that's a little rude. Making one with Shalai in this case. I meant to hold up the white mana, but doesn't really matter in this case. Here we go. All right. Come on, draw another Veil of Summer. That'd have been sweet, huh? Cool thing that with that is actually counters the adventure as well here. All right, I think I just go for it. Trying to bait out a counter spell here. Unfortunately, that nil spellbomb, like I can't bait around too much. Counter target spell. Sure. And because I... Alright. Alright. Yep, there's no point in post-morning lunging the Vizier. That just wastes my turn. I only have enough mana to finale for one. I wasn't expecting a single thing there. Sure. Take the finale here. And then I need to draw another kill spell. That's not it. But that is... So... Let's see what you got here, opponent. 3 cards in hand. You let him resolve. You can have 4 mana. Let's just go for the Shalai. Vizier's been exiled. Opponent's down to 2 cards in hand. And there's nothing else for me to do here. Okay. Not attacking into a Mutavault. So I can postmortem lunge back a bird, but that doesn't really do too much here. Yep. 2 cards left in my opponent's hand. I also have 2 cards left in my hand. I think what I'm going to do right here is go for the Ranger Captain lock. Sure. You can't target me. Can't target me at all, opponent. Okay. Opponent's asking why they couldn't target me. Okay, I think I want to go captain. Okay. So I can postmortem lunge, buy back the captain, and then I can get fetch up a giver and put the giver in play. I don't actually hate that line. So this will give me the giver lock in a few turns. And then I can just start sitting behind and... Well, opponent's conceding to that. Okay. Alright, we're still in this. Maybe I want more than one Vizier. One Vizier cost me that game. Yeah. The Auriok Champion's like a decent call, except it doesn't really do too much. Like, it's decent in the fact that like it's going to gain me a bunch of life if they land like a Bitter Blossom, and it can't be removed by Fatal Push. It can still get bounced by all the blue spells, though. So this hand is very fair. Turn 1 Giver, yeah, just doesn't do very much at all. Veil of Summer's in this hand. This hand has lands. It's got a lunge. I'm actually going to bottom the lunge here and use these Once Upon a Times to try to further my mana. I try to get a Druid, try to get something else. I mean, Walking Ballista is something else, right? So... Next turn, if the Noble lives, I get to hold up Veil of Summer and cast Eldamri's Call. Oh, man. There's the Bitter Blossom. Which is why I was talking about that Auriok Champion being like a potentially decent card here. So I can grab like a tracker and play my 3rd land drop next turn, and I can hold up Veil of Summer. And if they... But I'd have to play the land, and then if they do, I'd have to crack the land to get Veil of Summer and then counter their counterspell. I'm not going to beat this Bitter Blossom army with a Tireless Tracker, so probably don't want to try that. I was also thinking of just grabbing a Giver and cracking that Windswept Heath right now, putting the Giver in play. My opponent's tapped out, and then untapping, hopefully with a Giver and a Veil of Summer backup, but I think that's just a bit too slow at the moment. Like, I'd rather just progress my mana, eventually put Shalai in play, put a Ballista in play, and kind of go from there. So They have the Mutavault. I want one more mana so I can have Veil of Summer protection on my Shalai. That's why I'm not cracking my fetches here. I'm going to go for a Once Upon a Time on end step to either hit another land or hit an impactful card here. Opponent's mana is really painful at the moment. Like they're a two-color deck, but just look at their mana. Like they have Field of Ruin, Mutavault, Mystic Sanctuary, and Dark Slick Shores. Okay, so now my plan is to drop Shalai and just start pumping Shalai up every turn. There we go, opponent. Finally got more reasonable colors in play right here. So I cannot crack that fetch unless I'm responding to casting Veil of Summer. High priority. Three, this put me down to 14. My fetch and canopy will put me down to 12. I kind of have to do it now either way. And is 2 life worth holding up a Veil of Summer? I think not. I think I wanted to use this Veil of Summer to jam the Shalai. My opponent doesn't have any black mana up, so it's not like I actually have to worry about that either. Alright. Two, three, four. Shalai. So I lose the Damnation here. This would be a 2-3. And I'm still holding up Once Upon a Time mana thanks to my Devoted Druid. And Veil of Summer just completely changes this matchup here. Do they have Fatal Push? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will put me down to 8. I think I'm just going to take this and then drop a Walking Ballista. Well, if I have Walking... Once I use Walking Ballista, that'll trigger their Fatal Push 2. So in that case, should I just do this now? No, I think I should wait. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9 total mana, so I can make a 4/4 Ballista. Oh, that's just rude. I said I lost the damnation here. And let's pick up a Giver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can drop a 2/2 Ballista and a Giver. Okay. I guess I lose the Ballista. Opponent should Ashiok minus in that spot, but they didn't. Opponent's tapped out. Eldamri Call for... Ashiok stops that. This has not been my night. Damnation was like the only card we couldn't beat. Yep. It's actually probably our best possible draw in that case. Alright, we're back in this game with our best possible top deck. Our opponent has to draw a removal spell this turn. Otherwise, this Vines of Vastwood is going to keep us very much in the game. And they top decked the removal spell, and this game is over now. There's no more Shalai, that's both of them. A Ranger Captain doesn't do it. It's just game. Alright, well, I'll see you in the next one.